friends, myself Srimati Rashmi Chadha, and today I am placing before you my second video. Okay, so in the previous video you have studied about life processes where I taught you all nutrition, photosynthesis, respiration and some other important topics. Now we are going to study about our environment and small other topics which are related to that. Okay, hope you will follow this video. So let us see what is environment. It is a very common and familiar term. Environment means the surroundings in which we live, the surrounding in which we exist. Okay, see, we all know that human beings including other animals are heterotrophs, okay, because they do not synthesize their own food and they depend on smaller forms like plants for their food requirement. Okay, now because they do not contain chlorophyll, they cannot synthesize their food and there is no process called as photosynthesis, so they have to depend on others. Now human beings, when they consume the plants and also when they consume animal flesh, what happens? They are getting their food, but we should know that the food which we take, directly we are not consuming that. What happens? We eat our food and the food is broken down. Okay, enzymes help in breaking down of the food into smaller forms, and that is we call in general as digestion. There are many enzymes which particularly act on particular organ. Okay, they are called as their target organs. They act and then whatever food is taken inside, no, it is digested. Okay, then what happens? Suppose you know that all living beings which come on this earth, which survive, has to end one day. That is, they have to die. Okay, what happens when they die? Animals, when they die, know what happens? There are small forms, okay, which are invisible microorganisms, and they are called as the decomposers. Okay, some saprophytic bacteria and fungi, what they are going to do? They are going to feed on this dead and decaying part. What happens when they feed on this? Okay, it is going to be converted into carbon dioxide. That is, decomposition occurs. If these saprophytic bacteria and these decomposers were not available on this earth, then whatever dead and decaying matter was on this earth would have been like that only. Then the whole ecosystem would be disturbed. Okay, so next we have to study what is ecosystem. The interaction between living things and the environment. Interaction, how they interact, okay, how they interrelate between environment and the living beings, and that is called as the ecosystem. Okay, so ecosystem is very vast. We study some of them. Okay, that is pond, which is very small, and then forest, which is big, and ocean, which is largest form of the water resource. So take an example of pond. You all have seen many ponds. Okay, might have seen the natural ponds also or man-made ponds also. Natural pond. Okay, so there are many producers, primary producers, then consumers and secondary consumers. Now we should know what are what are producers, what are consumers. Okay, the one which synthesize their food here, they are called as producers. In the pond there are microscopic plants which are called phytoplanktons. Okay, I repeat, they are called phytoplanktons. Now these microscopic plants called phytoplanktons, they are eaten by small microscopic animals which are called zooplankton. Okay, zooplankton, they are heterotrophs. They feed on the phytoplanktons. Okay, now after that these zooplanktons, they are eaten by small fishes and small fishes by larger fishes. So that is formed as a food chain. Okay, so in each food chain, you know, there are levels. That is, they are called as trophic levels. Means they will form the energy level in the ecosystem. See here. Now in the pond, I already told phytoplanktons, which are small plants. They have lot of energy because as they are having chlorophyll, they trap the solar energy. Now when that microscopic plants eaten eaten by larger forms, that is the zooplankton. Much of the energy is lost. Okay, and again when zooplanktons are eaten by small fishes, again there is loss of energy. So from first level to higher level there is going on losing of energy, because the same energy sometimes is taken inside by our body for our body processes, and it is given out to the environment in the form of heat. Okay, now next we go for forest. Okay, so you all know what is a forest. Okay, so which is having lot and lot of wood. Wood refers to trees. Okay, so in this forest, you know that forest consists of green grass. Okay, green grass which is consumed by grasshopper, and grasshopper which is consumed by snake, and finally snake is eaten by eagle. Again there is formation of a food chain. Okay, so here the producer is the grass. Okay, and then the primary consumer, that is the grasshopper, secondary consumer, that is the snake, and finally tertiary consumers are the eagle, which are going to feed on the snake. Now finally we will see what is ocean ecosystem. Okay, so ocean is very vast as compared to the pond, because it is very deep. Okay, larger than the sea. Ocean consists of algae, okay, which is eaten by the zooplankton, which is further eaten by smaller fish, and smaller fish is eaten by the whale. Okay, so shark and whale, they are going to feed on the small fish. So that forms the food chain of the ocean. Now when all it is happening here, we are surviving on this earth. Okay, earth is being protected by a thin layer which is called as the ozone. Ozone is a protective layer which is formed on the top of the earth. Okay, so you all know that sun emits the ultraviolet rays reaching the earth. This ozone has got the capacity in trapping that, but because of excess use of automobiles, excess use of the refrigerators which emit CFC, that is chlorofluorocarbon, what happens? The ozone layer is depleting. So it is our bounden duty to protect our ozone layer. Otherwise, if all the ultraviolet rays which are going back, okay, due to this ozone layer, again they are reaching the earth. But when this ozone layer is getting depleted, then what happens? There is global warming. Hence, there is continuous respiratory infections, and also leading to skin cancer because of the ultraviolet radiations. Now, how to manage the natural resources? Natural resources means which are naturally present. Okay, so you know that solar energy, it is endless. We can use this how much we want, but there are some resources which we have to use in a limited manner. Take coal, okay, and take wood. Suppose you go on cutting the trees for forest, that is for your field, then what happens? One day there will be no forest at all. There is excessive depletion of the forest. Then what happens? Ecosystem is disturbed. Then no forest, no rain. Okay, everywhere there is drought and famine. So we have to protect that. And here you should know how to reduce the use of natural resources, then how to recycle them and reuse. See here, in our household forms, okay, go to fresh ourselves, we go for washroom. What happens? We open the tap and then come out and talk to others. So we are not bothered that only little water is going, but the same person using in one house, if you take generally the whole colony, the whole city, state and country, everybody does the same thing, then we are simply wasting water, which is very, very important resource. Okay, so we have to reduce that. Then you know, nowadays without plastic bags, not a single person is surviving. But when you use the plastic bags, you have to keep it aside. Don't throw on the road. Okay, don't make the environment polluted. You can use that once again. You can recycle, because wastage of the plastics, they can be sent to the industries, prepare another one which can be reused. So how to use the natural resources once again? How to use the resources? Okay, one should not deplete, and then we have to protect our nature. Okay, otherwise we are going to face in the future very, very scarcity of the resources. So the duty to protect our environment, keep it healthy and live a happy life. Thank you.